What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Knockout Sessions, the first one of the year.
2025. Welcome alive.
Hope everybody had a great New Year's. Hope everybody was safe. You already know the deal. It doesn't change even though it's a new year. Like, share, subscribe. All right. As always, that support goes to us, Julio
Us is you.
and Milton, and you know, for la gente que habla en español, capciones ahí están en la esquina. Como siempre, compártenlo, ponle like y
Suscríbete.
así es. So, this one, I know it's been a dead month for y'all, for us too. It's just no fights anywhere. But we're gonna start the year off.
Month. It just started. We're 4 days in, boy.
Yeah, boy, but I'm talking about the last 2-3 weeks. There's no fights.
Yes, but there's always content.
Always. In this episode, it's a personal favorite of mine. We call 2025 predictions. This is the first video of the year. Who knows? Maybe you guys can start a little parlay. You know, see who's in, who's out by the end of this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll start with the flyweight division in the UFC.
UFC.
Right now, as it currently stands, it's Alexandre Pantoja who's the champion.
Who's coming off a win against Nakatani?
Kaya Sakura.
Kaya Sakura. So, flyweight. We've discussed flyweight many times, right?
Yes.
It is a very repetitive, very low competition, type of division.
Right.
Which is the reason why we had, and his pronunciation is Kai.
You believe Kai Kara France is a man that's going to change up the division?
No.
Are you talking about Kaya Sakura?
Yes, I'm just saying, that's why we had Kai come
Brought into the division?
Exactly,
Gotcha.
to try to mix everything up a little bit, try to get the ball rolling here. But based on what you just said, it sounds like your prediction of the fight that you would like to see this year in 2025 was Kaya Franchi.
Fuck. No. So, I ain't gonna lie, I agree that the division for a while has been very recycled.
Yes.
The thing about this division, it's actually pretty stacked, I'm not gonna lie. Because here's my prediction for this division. We get a former world champion return to this division.
By the name of?
It could be one of two.
By the name of?
Henry Cejudo. Or Davison Figueiredo.
Ooh.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
you want them to come back down in weight?
I believe those are the big fights left for Pantoja.
On a higher weight.
In a lower weight. So they would come to
You need them
Pantoja.
to. I don't know about all that, boy.
I really think so.
Figueiredo just moved up.
Right.
Already has a couple fights under his belt.
Right.
What is the benefit of him moving back down?
He could easily be calling his shot for a title. Or at least the title eliminator. I believe. Same thing with Cejudo. The cachet is too... It's there with Cejudo.
Cejudo... See, with Cejudo... Because Figueiredo just fought Peter Juan.
Yes.
Came out short.
Yes. No pun intended.
But it was competitive enough.
Yes. Kind of.
I don't think he should move back down. I think he was doing fine. Obviously, you went against Peter Juan. Feels like he still has another run in his gut for that title shot. Let's leave him there.
Figueiredo.
Cejudo has given good opportunities ever since he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Move him down. I agree with that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, move him down.
Cejudo versus Pantoja would feed.
Yes.
And on top of that, I do predict a guy like Manuel Cape is going to make a jump in this year.
Interesting.
I think because he's scheduled to fight, I believe, Kai Kara France early stages of this year. I think if Cape wins that fight, you got to do Cape Pantoja.
Yes.
For guys wondering what's going on with Brandon Moreno, I believe Moreno still needs just one more win before he can enter his name into that realm right now.
Yeah, maybe do another rematch for Brandon Roybal.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, because Royval and Cape are fighting. So we don't want to do Kaikara versus Moreno either, because I think both of those names still need one more win. But you wouldn't want to pair them up against each other. But then again, Kaikara was
UFC.
giving him, a good fight. It's a UFC. But my prediction is that a former world champion will challenge Pantoja.
I say Cejudo.
I believe it might be Cejudo.
I like that. 2025 looking good.
So then we move on to bantamweight.
Our Mexican patriot, Merab.
Balishvili.
There's nothing Mexican about him.
Well, he was ripping that flag hard this year. But he's scheduled for a fight against Umar in 2 weeks.
Which I think that's a good one. I think that would have been a prediction if it wasn't already scheduled.
Right.
Who do you got first? Because that's going to determine what we got next.
I'm going to say Umar Nurmagomedov finishes this year as champion.
Okay.
So he beats Merab.
So he beats Merab.
And he defends it against whether it's Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley, or maybe Sandhagen if he can pull together a couple of wins for this end of the year challenge.
For bantamweight, I'm predicting we're going to get Peter Kwan and Sean O'Malley again.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I think we're going to get the rematch, and I think the winner of that is going to get the winner of Merab and Umar.
Merab and Umar.
That's my prediction for 2025. What do you think?
I'm actually going to say that we're finally going to get a fan favorite fight that people have been asking for. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen.
Why?
I think both of them have similar styles, similar build. So it's just going to be perfect for each other. And I think Peter Yan will end up fighting the loser of Merab and Umar.
Interesting. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Okay.
But I think the champion by the end of this year is going to be Umar Nurmagomedov.
Interesting. So no Peter Kwan. I like that.
You thought it was going to my heart, huh?
Yeah. Now we're going to your favorite division right now.
Featherweight.
The
145 division. Here's my prediction for this one. Ilia Topuria vacates the title.
I was about to say that. I don't think we have to talk about who Ilya is going to fight because I think Ilya is going to be moving up. So we'll get to Ilya in the next division.
Diego Lopez becomes UFC champion this year.
I don't know. I still think Alexander Volkanovski still has something to say about that. Which, if Ilya vacates, it looks like we're going to get that fight no matter what. Versus Volkanovski and Diego Lopez.
Which I think should be made for the interim title because they haven't really formally said if Ilya's going to, vacate or not.
Nah.
Because if you make it for interim, like let's say Lopez beats Volk, right?
Okay.
Who are you going to fight for the undisputed title, the vacated undisputed title? Is it going to be Mazar
Volk and Diego Lopez can fight for that vacated title.
But they're trying to schedule that for Australia in February. Ilya's not going to vacate by then.
He should.
Well, that's up to Dana White at that point.
He should. But yeah, obviously if he hasn't, obviously interim.
You know what I'm saying?
And then maybe at that point the winner fights Max Holloway for the belt.
Max will not be in this division in 2025.
That's your other prediction.
No, that is
a fact. Okay.
Max has decided to move up.
Perfect.
This division is going to lose Max Holloway, Ilia Topuria, and Brian Ortega in the next 4 months.
Interesting.
So that's a lot of star power going away.
Yes, it is.
But I think a name to look out for is a guy like maybe Aljamain Sterling.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. But he's ranked number 9. See, Aljamain will have to fight someone.
Yair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what you made of, my boy. Yeah, because if Ilya and Max move out.
And Ortega's gone.
Yeah, but Ortega's a little lower than that. So at that point,
I think
unless Volk's win, I can see where your prediction's coming from. Diego Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Lopez. Okay. So let's move up with Ilya and Max under our lightweight division. For sure, we already have Sarayukan fighting for Islam.
In a rematch.
Who do you think is going to win that one?
Islam.
Interesting.
A lot of people are saying Armin was only 22 when he fought Islam the first time. It was his debut. It was short notice. Great. That's awesome. He's improved. Yes, he has. I saw it against Oliveira. So has Islam. He's improved a lot. And he's chasing history at this point.
I think what's going to mess up Islam, though, is his inactivity, though.
Yeah, but the Dagestanis are used to that.
Interesting.
You know,
I mean, I'm not gonna bet against this one. I'm not gonna say no. Armin's gonna win, right? But I will predict Charles versus Ilya is gonna happen 2025 though.
Charles versus Ilya.
Yes.
You think that's the one?
Yes.
And you want to see it happen?
Yes.
And who wins?
Or I would like Charles versus Max Holloway. But I think Ilya is a fun fight for Charles. And that's a good fight to start Ilya off in the division.
I agree. So you believe Ilya is going to get a title eliminator with Lovera?
It's going to suck for Charles that he has to fight someone like Ilya.
It's going to suck for you to see a third straight knockout.
Not the way it works. Not the way it works. But yes, I think that's what's good. That's coming in. Now, who do you think is going to be the champ at the end of the year in lightweight? Who's the unexpected winner or the expected champ?
I think Ilya beats Islam at the end of this year.
Oh! With that, we're going to come back, patty whack.
Give Milton a bone. And I have another prediction.
All right.
This is the year Rafael Fiziev breaks into the top 5.
Okay. That's cute. Moving on.
Remember this. Fiziev.
Well, we got your favorite fighter in our welterweight division, Belal Muhammad.
Belal
Muhammad. So obviously, we at this point, I think we can both agree that Shavkat is probably going to get be winner.
But it's not going to be as easy as we thought it was going to be.
Why?
Shavkat showed a little bit of vulnerability against
to
Ian
someone,
Gary.
to Ian Gary, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ian was just greater than everyone expected. But do you really think Belal is as great as he should, or as we should think he is?
See, that's tricky because Belal isn't going to bring the striking that Ian did, you know? And Shavkat can obviously handle himself in either department. So I do agree Shavkat does beat Belal. And Shavkat stays champion by the end of this year. But I think he's gonna beat Belal, and then his toughest test will come
with Leon Edwards.
No. Sean Brady.
First of all, we're gonna get Sean Brady versus Ian Gary first. Depending on how he does against Ian Gary.
I think Sean Brady beats Ian Gary.
I don't know.
So Shavkat,
Ian showed himself. I don't know.
So Shavkat's champion by the end of this year, but my prediction is Sean Brady breaks into the top 3.
Interesting.
It's time.
He lost to Belal.
He beats Belal in a rematch.
I don't know. I have to see that one to believe it.
And I also predict
I don't believe you.
Colby Covington and Gilbert Burns retire at the end of this year.
I can see that.
Yeah, they fight each other too.
Especially since you're bringing up Colby, who his expected next fight should be.
Possibly Gilbert Burns.
Colby?
Mm-hmm.
You just sent a message saying that he potentially might fight Strickland.
If he moves up, but if he stays, it's got to be.
You don't think
Gilbert
he's
Burns.
going to fight Strickland?
You really? Can you imagine a press conference between Sean Strickland and Colby Covington? It's gonna get canceled.
They're going to agree on everything.
Yes, maybe potentially. They might become friends after.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the middleweight division, though,
DDP.
this is where it gets
DDP.
funny for you, doesn't it?
So, let me process information.
It's processing.
I think we're going to obviously see Sean Strickland at some point get that rematch.
Well, it's going to happen. It's scheduled.
Okay, so it's scheduled. I think DDP loses that rematch.
Okay, that's a bold
Because
prediction.
it was a controversial, right? I thought he lost. I think Strickland might definitively win this time.
Okay, so shut him out.
Not shut him out, just make it more definitive.
Unanimous, no questions asked.
Split.
Split. There's usually questions,
Nah,
my
we'll
boy.
split that bitch.
Ooh.
Split those aces.
I think DDP beats Sean Strickland. And I'm going to say a bold prediction here. Dricus Duplessis beats Hamza Chimaev in the title shot.
But who do you think Hamza's going to get next? Izzy?
I think he just waits for the winner.
And just skip Izzy.
He just gets Izzy.
You don't think Izzy will take him off?
I think Izzy retires by the end of this year.
También?
Yep.
No.
And here's another prediction. When Sean loses to DDP...
My boy, that would mean that Hamza would have retired Whitaker and Izzy if they fight?
No, because Whitaker's gonna... He's gonna fight Sean Strickland this year. We're gonna see that fight. You don't like to hear the word retirement next to Izzy's name already, huh?
Well, you know, I just feel old. If he's old, I'm old. If I'm old, he's old.
He was 28 when he first saw Izzy. Maybe younger.
I'm old.
No, I was 19. Yeah, you were young. That was when you saw him versus Whitaker. Wow, damn.
Anyways, so who's going to be the champ by the end of this year?
Dricus Du Plessis.
He maintains championship level.
I think he goes into...
So what about his bold moves of wanting to fight Alex Pereira, though?
That'll come after this year. It'll be... So DDP, staying champion by the end of this year, he'll be in the middleweight GOAT conversation.
Interesting.
He'll be right there in the Anderson Silva table.
Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. Now, I think in our light heavyweight,
Okay.
I think this is it for Alex Pereira. I think the only reasonable fight at this point is Ankalaev.
He's already cleared everything else out.
I think, obviously, if he just stays in defense...
If he stays in defense, I have a name for you.
Who?
Carlos Ulberg. That's the guy to watch if Pereira maintains in this division.
Well, who does he have to beat next to even get that title shot?
You give me Ulberg versus Blachowicz.
Blachowicz. And you think that would give him the title shot?
I think it's enough to warrant it, especially considering like if Pereira already beat Michael Mata.
So if he sticks around, maybe. But obviously, we're all in the talk of we want those big golden fights.
So what's your prediction?
I think some point in 2025, I think we'll see Alex versus Tom Aspinall. I don't think we'll see Alex versus John Jones.
Oh, so you think that fight's just not gonna happen? We'll get to that then.
No, I think Alex versus Tom Aspinall is gonna happen
For the heavyweight title.
for interim, because obviously heavyweight title.
So Tom's defending his title.
Yes,
Gotcha. So that's your prediction.
that's my prediction.
Alex vacates.
I think after Ankalaev he'll vacate. So later on this year, I think we'll see Alex at heavyweight.
Okay. I think Alex fights Magomed Ankalaev this year, and he fights Carlos Ulberg.
Interesting.
Because I think Pereira does not move up into heavyweight until 2026.
He's too old by then. He's like 45.
Because we'll get to the next division in a bit. When we are talking about heavyweight, I am predicting Tom Aspinall is a champion by the end of this division. And I'm predicting
100%.
he fights and beats John Jones.
That's what Avi's literally been arguing with you, and you've been fucking. Where is he? Where is he? Wow.
I think Tom Aspinall beats John Jones.
Because of what I sent you?
No.
Oh, why do you think? Why the sudden change of heart?
I think Tom is just in the perfect place at the perfect time with the perfect skill set. But that doesn't mean we still don't get Jones versus Pereira.
So who does Jones fight first? Tom or Alex?
I think John fights Tom first.
Mm.
That fight happens.
He loses and fights Alex as his last fight.
That's a cash out fight. And then Alex, because he'll already have a heavyweight win in him. Now you set up another big fight.
Interesting. I cannot disagree with that. I just don't know if John Jones will give Tom Aspinall the opportunity first.
If John doesn't fight Tom, we're getting Jones Pereira in 2025.
I agree with that.
Without the title.
That doesn't make any sense.
It'll be some sort of BMF title.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't agree. I don't want.
Because John wants Alex. Alex wants greatness. Tom wants John. It's a big old thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. But I don't understand.
And I think at the end of it all, Alex is a 3-division champ. But that'll be for 2026.
You get a little Joe there.
I think we look at, finally, the Talk of Combat God.
That would be its own podcast when that happens.
Above.
We're going to compare and contrast every potential GOAT in the UFC world.
No. He's
Listen,
above,
we'll talk about that.
He's above GOAT at that point.
Right now,
he's God.
As of right now, he could lose to Ankalaev, and that's it.
He is he would be head and shoulders above Muhammad Ali.
Hey, relax.
Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Everybody. Chavez. Canelo. Combined.
We'll see.
I'm just saying. That podcast would be...
It's going to be. No matter which direction that goes, it's going to be.
That podcast would be amazing.
Because it's either going to be the, damn, what could have been, to damn, it has been.
And you will have no choice but to worship me at that point and say, you from day one, Julio, you called it. You called it from day one. From the moment we sat on that white table and I said, this man right here coming to the UFC is a problem.
Out of 20 fucking characters, you cried wolf. You want to fuck me? Well, you want me to fucking give you props on 1 out of 20?
No, Ilya.
It's to be determined.
Shavkat.
To be determined.
Bam.
You did not call Bam.
Ooh.
You did not call Bam.
You're smiling because you know you remember me telling you this. That'll happen.
To be determined.
We'll see.
Sean Brady.
What
to be determined.
It's all coming according to plan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took a little longer, but it's cool, you know, it's a fight game.
We'll talk about it.
Now for the women's divisions. We got the women's strawweight with Zhang Weili, who has been super inactive. Tatiana Suarez beats Zhang Weili in their fight.
Tatiana Suarez. When does that happen?
I believe it should happen early quarter of 2025, so it should be in the next 3 pay-per-views.
So Tatiana Suarez will be champ at the end of the year. Is she going to maintain herself?
Oh, at the end of no, she's not champion at the end of the year either.
Who is?
If she can put it all together, Mackenzie Dern is the one.
She's fighting this Saturday.
No, she's not. That's my prediction in this division.
I like putting her together. Anyways, I don't like talking about her.
So then the flyweight division.
And then you got the fucking assassin killer.
Oh, our sweet European Spaniard, Valentina Shevchenko. I think this is her last elite year. She still remains champion. But this is her last elite year.
She's in that Alex Pereira fucking
time frame.
Yes.
Like this is what she did against Grasso regaining that title was special. But she's not gonna maintain this forever. This is her last good elite year. And somebody along the lines of I believe Man Fury. But maybe Macy Barber if she can put it all together.
Macy's another nice one we like to talk about.
Then we go to the bantamweight division, and there's only one clear-cut answer. There's only one answer, and it's not going anywhere once it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know where it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kayla Harrison's going to be bantamweight champion.
Mm-hmm. She's a girl that came from
PFL.
Interesting.
She's going to whoop Pena's ass.
And when does that happen?
Supposed to happen probably in the next couple months. Hasn't been scheduled either, but here's my prediction in this division. Amanda Nunes returns and fights Kayla Harrison.
Interesting. She's too old though.
Kayla beats Amanda.
Yeah, because of,
Kayla's not young either, my boy.
Person now.
Kayla didn't come.
Yeah, but like you stay active and then you become soft when you're out there being a family person. Like it's not the same. We see this happen all the time. Very few greats like GSP can come back and do something great.
Nunes is GSP type elk.
I mean, we would have to see.
That would be the biggest fight in the women's
pound
for pound spectrum.
Yeah.
That's our predictions for the UFC divisions, guys. You let us know what you think in the comment section as we move on to boxing now.
Yes. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, Julian, I like it when you talk dirty to me.
Okay.
So switching over things to the boxing world, where it's everything and anything can happen, right?
And nothing can happen. Straw weight for men's.
I mean, the first couple weight classes, we can both agree that, you know, it's a little tough out here for a pimp to talk about these. You know, like, in reality, we're talking more like 115, where you have Bam.
So we're just gonna completely disregard Oscar Collazo.
Okay, talk to me about Oscar Collazo.
He's winning in 2025.
Okay.
So is Jonathan Gonzalez at flyweight, junior flyweight, I'm sorry. I think in flyweight, Angel Ayala is taking over that division.
Okay.
In junior bantamweight, Bam's vacating.
Okay, and then, but who? No, I don't think so.
After he beats Chocolatito?
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, are you predicting that's the fight to make, though, this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm about to say, hey, relax.
Get into a head?
Yeah. See, because once he vacates, the name that I keep hearing for Bam on that 118. Nope, he's not here. Nope, he's not here. No, I know he's until fucking 122. Tenchin Nasukawa. That's who anyways keeps saying that if Bam wants to move up, he needs to beat Tenchin before he even thinks about Bam. But beyond that, I mean, he would either have to just skip that division and obviously just go into NOA.
At 122.
At 122. Yeah, because again, I mean, we're kind of in that same boat of, I mean, there's not a lot of going on in these, you know, divisions. You really don't got a lot going on until you start talking about like
126.
And even then, it's kind of, you know, you're not a fan of Raymond Ford, you know.
Rafael Espinoza.
I mean, Rafael Espinosa, obviously, like he's a fun up and coming right now. Even though he's a champ, but you know, Brandon Figueroa, Ray Vargas type of vibes is who we're talking about. No Nick Balls. See, Espinosa is the only
notable name
right now. In the 126, again, you're not a fan of fucking Raymond Ford. You know, I just gotta keep throwing that out there. Robesi Ramirez already got his ass kicked by fucking Espinosa. Carlos Castros. Yeah, no. See, obviously at 130, we already know who's been dominating here for a little while.
Oh, Shacky Foster, baby.
Manuel Navarrete. Right. I think the fight to make here is we got Navarrete, you know, Shacky Foster.
Yeah.
Alon Roach already moved up to 135 to fight your favorite fighter.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My little Zesty King.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Zesty King.
Yeah.
This is where we start talking business at 135.
Yeah. See, 135, that's where you're...
I have a prediction here.
Okay.
Loma's a man of his word, and he retires by the end of this year.
Yes, I do believe Lomachenko is retiring.
I think he fights Tank and retires in a loss.
I actually don't see 2025. I don't see Tank fighting anything big anymore.
Waving the white flag with him, huh? So who does Loma fight in this division? Shakur? You think Loma versus Shakur happens?
It has to. Or Lomo versus William Cepeda, but obviously that's not a money fight for him.
Neither is really Shakur.
I mean, yes, but I mean, you still got a little more with Shakur.
So you got picture me this division, and it's Loma, Shakur, and what you're gonna have to do Cepeda versus Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally where we're at.
And we do Camboso's Frank Martin.
Yes. That's literally where we're at with this freaking division.
Because Tank does not want to do anything.
Exactly. You know, you got Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is good, but he doesn't have like a big following. Again, I'm a Floyd Schofield fan. I think Floyd Schofield is cool. And we got Floyd Schofield versus Shakur already scheduled.
Right.
So
I think Shakur beats him.
Potentially. Right? See, it's because, bro, fucking Tank needs to mix this thing up.
See what you're doing, Tank?
Yeah, like, fuck that ponytail. Cut that shit off, boy. Yeah, I think 2025, I think the most likely to be on top, if he can get the fights, will be Shakur by default.
So Shakur answers the calls that Tank couldn't.
Yes, I think Shakur answered the call to Floyd Schofield. Obviously, again, not big money fight.
Okay.
But that will keep him active. Someone wanted to fight him. Based on that performance, maybe that will finally get him with either Lomachenko or William Cepeda.
Okay.
Right? If Shakur can get Lomachenko after this Floyd Schofield fight, I think he would run through Floyd Schofield, Lomachenko, and I think William Cepeda by the end of this year.
3 fights this year.
I think that's a solid way to finish.
Because he was inactive this past year.
Yes. And then after that, I think you should just move up.
To the 140 division.
140, daddy.
And in 140, we have...
Teofimo!
Well, I predict he's not going to be there.
What do you mean? He's about to freaking fight Sabril Matias.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to last in that division. I really think he does want to jump up to 147 if he can't land that Haney fight.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because if Haney goes off with Ryan,
which he should,
Teofimo's just going to be like, well...
But they're just going to meet at 147.
Probably.
Yeah, because if Teofimo wins the Sabril Matias fight, he should try to get the Haney fight. If he doesn't, Jose Valenzuela is still a solid name.
I was going to say Teofimo Rayo would have to happen, maybe.
And low-key, even Teofimo fucking Pitbull Cruz, that's still a good name for him to have in his
Pitbull needs a couple of wins to, put himself back in there.
Yeah, no, maybe.
And if you're Pitbull, do you fight the winner of Barbosa Catterall?
Yeah, see, that would be a good comeback.
You know what I'm saying? After his scheduled fight coming up in
Which
February.
in this case, I would think is Catterall.
I think so too.
Yeah, so... but yeah, Teofimo should look into, in this year, after the Sabril Matias fight, if I'm Teofimo, my goal is take out Haney, take out Rayo.
And then move up.
And then move up. And then look for fucking the juicy fight with Ryan Garcia. Or before Teofimo leaves at 140, give me the Tank fight.
But does Tank answer the call?
No. So
that's your prediction?
It's an honorable mention.
So what?
It's an honorable mention.
Before we move up to 147, because we're about to let go of this, what happens with Tank in 2025?
Oh, nothing. Lamont Roach. He might even lose to Lamont.
You kind of hope he doesn't.
And then, I don't know. Apparently, he doesn't have Playboy Promotion next to him.
Did he say this is his last year too?
I mean, it sounds like it.
I don't think it is, but
think about it. You're talking about retirement. Are you really all there? Motivated wise.
Wearing makeup.
Are you taking this world seriously? This fight seriously, right? You got someone like Lamont Roach that might capitalize on this opportunity and just win the fight.
Maybe. And
that maybe just pushes him into retirement. He doesn't even want to. He doesn't even want to fight no more. He just says he doesn't want to be the violent man that he used to be. Sounds a lot like you.
What? Okay. Then that's the end of the Tank discussion.
There's really no discussion with Tank.
You move up to 147 then, and here's my prediction. Conor Benn versus Mario Barrios.
Yes.
I think it happens.
I think so too. I think they might even make Jaron Ennis versus Stanionis.
Yes, but I think by the end of this year, Boots moves up.
Yes, 100%. I don't think he's going to stick here anymore.
Unless a Teofimo comes calling to his door by the middle to end of this year.
Possibly.
And then Boots beats Teofimo.
But I think, if whether Haney or Ryan are going to come back at 147, I think a good comeback fight for both of them is Alexa Rocha.
Okay.
I think any of those two coming back with Alexis Rocha, if they win, I think they could win, give me Ryan Haney at 147.
Here's my question then. Does Boots land a big fight at 147 before he leaves? Does he get a Teofimo Ryan or Haney?
No, I don't think so.
Does he get a Conor Ben or a Mario Barrios?
Maybe Barrios. I don't think he'll get a Conor Ben.
So it's Stanionis and bounced.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I know.
It's a shame.
He's falling into that Haney gap. He's going to have to do something crazy like Haney did when he went to Australia to make himself known. To make something out of it.
Guess Boots
Especially after fighting that fucking tough fight that he just had. Where he was fighting a rematch and he fucking looked like shit.
He didn't look like shit.
He looked rough.
He looked like every other Teofimo fight.
Oh, here we go. But yes, again, if you have Teofimo move up, Teofimo should not be taking Alexis Rocha. I think he should go straight for a freaking shit. Give me fucking Brian Norman Jr. versus Teofimo, or give me.
So if Boots leaves, who's the man at 147 by the end of this year?
Teofimo.
Okay.
Teofimo.
And he's already at this point beaten Haney?
No. That's if Haney doesn't give him the opportunity.
Tank.
No.
Just other people. Conor Ben.
He will fight Ryan at 147.
Teofimo.
Yes.
And if Ryan beats Teofimo too?
That'd be funny.
Do we start saying Ryan's the man around here?
Yeah, with no fucking belt.
Sounds like Tank.
But he's actually fighting legit top stars. What are you talking about?
Fine. So Ryan and Shakur at this point, his careers are better than Tank's.
Come on, my boy. Almost. Almost.
Speaking of the 154 division, where we predict Boots is going to end up in by the end of the year.
I think this year we need Xanders to get a fucking title shot. This year.
Zayas.
Yeah, Xander Zayas needs to get a title shot. I think this is a good time frame where I think we might see Virgil finally get a belt. The question is from who?
Here, I'm your matchmaker.
Okay.
Xander versus Tim Tszyu. I know.
I like it.
But it hurts.
No, it doesn't hurt. I like it.
I
don't know if I can bet against Tim Tszyu though.
Well, that's the point.
I know, but I like it. I like it because it's a solid 60-40.
Okay.
I'll still favor Tim Tszyu a little bit.
We do Virgil versus Crawford.
100%. I got Virgil all day.
Spence Fundora. At some point, right?
Yes.
And Madrimov probably fights
Boots Ennis. That's who Madrimov fights.
Make us the matchmakers. Like we just solved so many problems here in this division. But who is the man by the end of this year? Who's the man at 154? Is it still Crawford, or does he move at some point to go fight Canelo?
I think the definitive answer will be as long as Virgil wins a match, Xander gets a solid fight. I think the winner of Xander Virgil at the end of the year will decide.
Well, at the end of this year, you think it happens this year?
It should. But why are we stalling?
Because it's boxing.
I fucking hate boxing. Why are we stalling?
So we go to 160, which can I please take a moment to just remember the good old days at 160?
You had Triple G, you had freaking Charlo, you had Canelo, you had
Jacobs,
you had Billy Joe.
Good times, huh?
Now you have Chris Eubank, Shane Mosley Jr.
Arislandi Lara.
Lara's
probably wants to move up at some point.
Yeah, I see the names on here.
This division ends and starts with Janibek.
Yeah, I mean he's the next low key Triple G.
He's a diet Triple G.
Yeah.
But I don't see anybody. I mean, I think Janibek does fight Arislandi Lara at some point.
They should.
You know, that'd be a good co-main.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere along. Or Johnny Beck versus Eubank Jr. If Eubank Jr. doesn't get that Conor Ben fight he's been seeking for so long.
That's a big jump for Conor though. Why are you gonna go up to 160 and then jump down? to 147.
It's Conor Ben. He's bored.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good move for him at all.
You prefer Eubank versus Janibek?
Yeah.
But I think no matter what happens, Janibek beats him out, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think Carlos Adames could present a little bit of a problem, but again, the division's pretty dry. It'll get better once guys from 154 eventually move up. Your Xander Zayas, your
Or you start having someone a little more exciting come up.
Keith Thurman.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
that experiment's done.
Yeah, we're done with all that, boy.
Danny Garcia.
Already tried that.
He lost a lot of.
Yeah, he already tried all that.
I mean, yeah, there's just not.
And low key, even 168, even with Canelo being there, I mean, it dried out now. I mean,
well,
you
yes and no.
William Skull.
No. I'm interested in Diego Pacheco's involvement in this division.
I obviously am excited for Diego Pacheco.
Why'd you say it so sassy?
No, because I'm not excited about Canelo here anymore.
No, I predict Canelo vacates all the titles of this division at some point, probably.
Because see, as long as Canelo vacates, I mean, we can start playing, again, Diego Pacheco versus a
Christian and Billy.
Berlanga. Christian and Billy. You can start putting Diego.
No, Berlanga belongs to one man in this division.
Yeah, Caleb Plant.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Pacheco, his dance partner at some point should be a Mr. Munguia.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
after Munguia fucking fixes his chin.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good fight. Diego Pacheco versus Munguia.
You know, that there is potential in this division, especially if guys like Lara do move up too.
Yeah, with Canelo, I think he either fights the winner of the Davids, he fights
the loser or the winner if it's Bivol.
Yeah, the winner of either or.
Oh, I
don't care if it's Arthur or Bivol. He'd fight the winner. Or I'm okay with the Crawford fight for now because it keeps him busy for the first half of 2025. Because if the Davids fights happen in February, Canelo fights in May, we can still potentially make that fight in September.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just get the Bivol, or vice versa. We can still get the Bivol or better be a fight, later on this year.
Yeah. There's also a forgotten name in this division.
Okay.
Jamal Charlo.
There's a reason why he's forgotten.
We still need to see Plant Charlo.
I mean, yes, but I mean, they can't get their shit together.
At this point, actually, give me Munguia Charlo.
I would be okay with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Munguia can get a good name on his belt.
Or Charlo.
Or Munguia can get a good name on his belt. That's a solid comeback fight.
Okay.
And then from there, you can move into Diego Pacheco.
Yes.
And then that'll be a definitive factor of Munguia. Are you it or are you not it?
Or is Pacheco the guy that maybe we should have been looking at more?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Does the little brother look better than the big brother?
100%.
But then we go from 168. So this is where it gets a little tricky because I think this division is going to light up 2025.
Yeah. We got a lot going on.
At 175, the light heavyweight division, as it stands right now, we have Better Bia versus Bivol scheduled for February 22nd. And in that same month, just 2 weeks prior before that, 3 weeks, I'm sorry, David Benavidez versus David Morrell.
Yes.
And then there's the shadow of Canelo Alvarez in this whole division.
100%.
How do you see this division? What's your predictions in here?
I think Bivol will win in the rematch. I think Benavidez wins the fight. I think Canelo will fight the winner of Artur and Bivol. And if he wins that fight, I think we'll see David and Canelo at the end of this year.
Okay. I think Better Bia beats Bivol. I think Better Bia fights Benavidez. And I think Bivol and Canelo settle it, and the winner of that one fights the winner of Better Bia Benavidez.
I wouldn't be mad with that option either.
And David Morrell will go on to whoop. If he loses to Benavidez, I think he does lose. Close, super close fight. He'll go on to go whoop guys like Colin Smith, Anthony Yard, and Watsy.
Yep.
And then at some point, maybe, because he's still young, we get a rematch between Morrell and Benavidez.
And the future.
You know?
In the future, we'll see. It's too soon. This cruiserweight's ran by Jai Opetai.
Well,
Ramirez.
Zurdo's kind of
Yeah.
showing some signs of life.
I was about to say that's the fight to make in 2025.
And Jake Paul is in that division too.
And let's let him fight the winner of fucking these two guys.
He would never even step foot against Yami Peralta. Alright, so stop. But this division is probably one of the more dead divisions. Unless better BF moves up.
Nah, I think he's too old now. I think just let it be.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think eventually guys like Morel moves up here?
Yeah, 100%. They're huge.
And Benavidez?
Yeah, they're huge.
Mm.
Yeah, that'll be fun in
Bivol?
the next 2-3 years. Maybe even Bivol, but we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, it is Opettai's division to reign.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't think it changes anytime soon.
No.
And I do think we get Opettai's Zurdo at some point.
Yeah, we have to. They're literally their top dogs right now.
In the summer.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a nice little fight. And well, obviously, we already know what happened in the heavyweight division. We already know who the man is.
I think we finally get Fury AJ.
Yeah, 100%. I don't see why we wouldn't get that fight anymore.
Here. I know everybody's gearing for it. I think Joseph Parker beats Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, I think him holding his own against someone like Wilder, I can see that.
And we get Usyk versus Parker.
That'd be a good little match.
And then Usyk retires. He retires by the end of this year.
He should.
You know?
I don't think he's got anything more to prove. But see, Usyk is going to be a good conversation when we have that Alex Pereira GOAT of all time status talk.
Alex has surpassed him.
We'll talk about that when the time comes.
So that's your horse in that fight, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we should do a poll. That by the end of 2025, that is going on. We should do a poll.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when that time comes. Know what I'm saying, boy?
Don't put Usyk in there with Pereira.
I already did, boy. Already did.
But here's another little prediction in this division.
Mm-hmm.
We get Wilder versus Ngannou. I think Ngannou shifts 70-30 into boxing instead of
If
MMA.
AJ wins against Tyson Fury, we'll see Wilder versus AJ before we see Wilder versus Ngannou.
But why wouldn't you do Wilder and Ngannou and the winner fights the winner of AJ Fury?
Because obviously Ngannou is not a boxer.
I think he makes a full transition. I think he goes 70% of the time to boxing and 30% to MMA.
Well, you better start being active, boy, because that fucking...
He was. I mean, he technically just fought in PFL, so he's been active. He's in fight shape.
Okay. We'll see. I don't know.
My prediction is Francis Ngannou goes
I don't see that fight.
semi-full-time boxing.
If anything, we'll see Wilder versus Andy Ruiz first.
Who?
Exactly.
I think Andy Ruiz will. If he comes back, he should fight Jalija DeJong.
That's not gonna happen.
Fine, Reese Miller. Who? Baby Miller.
Big Baby Miller.
He just had a brain fart, dude.
I had an epiphany. Yeah, no. Wilder versus Andy Ruiz sounds like a fun fight.
Loser retires?
Yes.
Good.
100%.
Who wins?
Me. I think Wilder would have a chance to win that one. Andy's always shown a little chinny.
So is Wilder.
Yeah, but... Oh, see, that's why I like those fights. I like those fights.
It
I want
makes
to
you
see that.
think.
I want to see that. You know, I'd rather see it than to talk about it.
Right.
You know?
Okay. And so that's how we end 2025, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who in both MMA and in UFC? I mean, UFC and boxing, I'm sorry. Who's fighter of the year? Who has the biggest 2025? Or do you want to do split one each sport?
Depending on the route that Canelo takes, is potentially him. But it's also the same thing with someone like David Benavidez. Because he can also be on a fucking tear this year.
Imagine beating Morel.
Because he's starting Morale very early in this year.
One of the Russians.
And then Canellis.
Oh, dude, that's...
So he has a potential fighter of the year. But then, you cannot forget my boy, Teofimo Lopez, could be in the same fucking boat, right? I think in the UFC, we got someone like Alex Pereira and Ilya Taporia again on that fucking contenders.
I'm actually going to throw Tom Aspinall in that conversation.
Yeah, we can't forget Tom, because he could fucking defeat Jones and fucking Pereira's on this one too.
And Umar. Interesting.
But yeah, this was a great episode. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
If you guys have any questions or have any debates, go in the comment section. Tell us what you guys think about what we talked about. There's a lot of bold predictions here in this episode. Y'all have all the receipts now in the last probably 40 minutes or so. But as always, this is how we start 2025 with these what ifs and maybes and for sures. So as always, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Remember, for toda la gente en español, gracias por pegarle ahí en el CC. Sigue compartiendo, sigue pegando like. Suscríbanse. 2025 is off to a banger year. We just started our anniversary for this channel. So, we got big plans coming up. We've done a lot of growing this year. We'll keep growing together as a nation under KO.
Peace.